ShopNBC and ShopNBC.com. Be good to yourself.
Getting underway on a Thursday with some Stuhrling original. No, Wednesday. What day is this, actually? It's a Wednesday night, isn't it? It's a Thursday now. Thank you, Andy. It's a Thursday now, indeed. And we have Stuhrling original timepieces here. The reason I'm kind of messed up, it's a one-hour show. We don't usually do a lot of one-hour watch shows, but we have 1 hour to share these Stuhrling original timepieces with you. And so I hope that you're going to stick around. I'm not going to preview everything. In fact, just kind of a head start, just a little hint as to some of the pieces you're going to see in this hour. We begin right here with the Milano Piazza watch. This is the last day that this is going to be offered at the introductory price point. So if you want to save that additional money, it is today, the day to pick that up at $141. V90589, the Winchester next on your screen. Yeah, this is one of our favorites. And it's a skeletonized watch, as you can see. Very obvious skeletonization there. This hasn't been seen in months. That's January, I think, the last time we showed this. $150, but we have 5 value payments on this. That means $30. $1 a day can get that home. V90360. You will like that one. Then we're also going to make available the Excursion Chronograph, the only presentation of this timepiece this visit. If you would like to get the Excursion Chronograph, we do have it available at $156.50. This also has been seen in a couple months. And the only presentation for this rotation, it's at an OS20 course chronograph movement. I had to check that one right there. That's just a taste. We have a lot of other things. We have this visit onlys. We have all kinds of great opportunities. And Larry Magen, who's almost scaring me. It's going to be an interesting hour, I can tell.
I don't know, did they turn up the intensity of these lights? My God, it feels like there's 100,000 watts.
I need a tan,
anyway,
so I
hey,
asked for
everybody,
this.
Welcome to the show. It's great to be here to kick it off. I'm really excited to share our new Gaston with you tonight. First time ever, never before seen. We've got our Emperor. We've got a great lineup. I'm excited, Shawn.
I am too.
Let's do it. Let's bring it. Let's really bring the funk tonight.
Bring the funk tonight?
Right. Hey, listen, it's only an hour. But I'm going to tell you what, we're packed, and we're going to bring the funk tonight. If you're there, you're here at the right time, folks.
Okay, you heard it from Larry. We're serious about this 1 hour show. We have the Tuskegee Flyer automatic, only airing this visit. This is brand new, actually, Larry, and it's $99.75. Kind of fun for all of our collectors out there to pick up their brand new Stuhrling original timepieces, something nobody else has even seen. But my word, you're getting a lot of watch for $99 here.
Well, right off the bat, you know, it's a mechanical automatic timepiece. Right off the bat, you've got a very good opportunity here, under $100 a mechanical automatic. But this is a nice 44-millimeter case. Now, this is our new Tuskegee Flyer. We've had it here before in a couple of other executions, but not this execution. That's why it says new today. This is the sage green luminescent right here. This is not that minty green, guys. This is that sage green on the lume. You see
is that what the difference is?
You've got the plume-style hands, as you can see there, okay? You've got the Arabic at 12, 3, and 9, and then you've got the baton indices going around, okay? But those are all luminous, but it's the sage green, okay? You've got that nice charcoal black flat matte dial right there, okay? You've got a slightly domed Cristerna crystal, and we're going to show you the back of this watch as well. You'll see the mechanical automatic movement, but a nice pilot-style watch, 22-millimeter genuine leather strap right here, solid 316L surgical grade stainless steel case. And again, this one is called the Tuskegee Flyer. Our original Tuskegee, guys, you may remember it. We've had it here before. Is a 40-millimeter or maybe 41, but this is the 44, so it's the larger one. We call it the Tuskegee Flyer. And if you're looking for just a flat-out, straight, pilot-style, at-a-glance, easy read, here it is in a pilot-style watch. And the sage green, look at that color on the green, Shawn.
Well, right now, I just wanted to show you the movement here quickly because, again, automatic movement, as Larry pointed out, which, again, well, at $99 is tremendous. But as you do take a look at this, in fact, let me just do a couple things because I want to, before I take you back to the dial here, I want to give you kind of a side view of this because Larry's right, it is kind of a military-inspired piece. It's just kind of a straightforward, beautifully designed watch. But there you can see the angles and the shape that the case and the lugs take on. It's got a real manly sort of style to it.
Oh, definitely so. I mean, this is a masculine timepiece here for sure. Great everyday piece. I mean, you can wear this with jeans. You know, this is just Again, it's a pilot-style watch, very easy to read, at a glance kind of a read here, mechanical automatic, and our Tuskegee series now. We've had the Tuskegee Elite, we had the Tuskegee, the regular Tuskegee, then the Tuskegee Flyer. This is the third in the series now. Absolutely, thank you very much.
I think Larry's probably better suited with his outfit for this one than I am. I'm probably a little overdressed for a watch of this caliber. But, yeah, you know, it's the watch you're going to wear on those, you know, the 80% of your life when you are casually dressed, because it's a weekend, because it's an evening, because it's an afternoon when you cut out of work early and you want to just kind of relax and have a really straightforward, good-looking watch. I'm going to ask our director, do we have a luminescence shot on this piece, actually, Brian? They're going to check on that, because I hope we do. You might have seen on past watches the similar, well, in fact, it would be the same luminescence, except here in this execution, the different color when it's not luminescing, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I love the piece. And you can see also the contrast stitching here has that same, picks up the green. It's kind of a, almost a teal, aqua type of a green, as you can see there.
And there you see that dial. Now, if you've purchased the other pieces or seen the similar options that we have on the Tuskegee Flyer, this is brand new at an outright $99.75. You get a 44mm case diameter on that automatic, mechanical automatic movement on a 22mm genuine leather strap. This also has the Cristerna crystal, kind of a proprietary Stuhrling. How do you explain when people ask you, what's a Cristerna crystal?
Yeah, absolutely. Cristerna it comes from the eyewear industry. It is proprietary to Stuhrling Original. We were involved in the development of it almost 5 years ago, and now it's exclusively ours. It's proprietary to Stuhrling. It comes from the eyewear industry. It is the most shatter-resistant crystal in the watch industry. It has more strength over a spread surface area than sapphire, so it's actually going to be more resistant to being broken. Okay.
Well, and I think in a watch like this, that's probably important. You know, I'm not saying that you're going to become disrespectful to your quality of the timepiece or that you're intentionally going to try and do damage to it, but when you have something that is a little more casual in its style, you're wearing it in your more casual times of your life, where you might be a little more prone to banging it around a little bit. So it is an important consideration to have. There's that automatic movement once more, and just a beautiful mechanical automatic movement. You can see the detailing that is done on the rotor, that is done to the actual watch movement itself. It is on a 22mm genuine leather strap, which is a really good-looking, nice top-quality strap, and they've done such a beautiful job with the stitching, with that contrast stitching on the leather strap, kind of coordinating it, tying it in a similar color and fashion to the luminescence here. Now, we do have a look at the luminescence on this piece, I'm being told, so we'll give you a look at that dial so you can see there it is as it's all lit up. And now, wow, look at that, as those numerals and the hour markers do come to life, and you can very clearly see the glow that you're going to get off of those. And with that great green color, but again, this is where I'm stuck, because I want to give you a good description of the color of this.
I'm calling it a sage. What about you?
I will agree.
You don't have to agree just to agree.
I have no other way to describe it. I can't think.
It's more intense than a celery, okay? Wouldn't you agree to that?
Larry, first of all, I'm a dummy when it comes to explaining colors.
Okay, well,
celery?
Celery green, yeah, absolutely.
Sage? I mean, I'm impressed that you're coming up with all of these.
Listen, I grew up in the schmata business, okay, and I used to own 2 ladies' clothing stores.
Okay.
So, you know, when you have the, you know, the whole clothing biz, you know, you have names for all these colors.
See, Casey's disagreeing with the sage.
Okay, what do you think it is, Case? In any case, listen.
Mint?
No,
mint?
no, this is definitely not minty green. No.
We got a fight going on here now.
This is beyond,
okay.
This is beyond mint, because
you boys settle this in the parking lot after the show.
A lot of the loom that we use on the Super Luminova and the Luminova is the minty green. This is definitely not that minty green, guys. Okay, this is beyond the mint. But look at those beautiful plume-style hands. Look at the very, very smooth sweep of that center second hand right there. That's your mechanical automatic movement. That's being displayed right there with the smooth sweep on the second hand. That's what you're getting this for. Listen, I hope everybody can take advantage of this and you know, score a nice sport watch.
Now, when in doubt, see what our trusty information has to say.
Okay.
They are describing the dial markers and the numerals and the hands as seafoam.
Ah, I'll go with that.
Okay. See, now, for once, I agree with the cards.
I will go with
Seafoam. Seafoam green is the description that we have on that one.
I'll go with that.
There you go.
That I can go with.
It is new, and it is unusual. What do you think, Anna? You're an expert. Seafoam? No, she's saying no. What is it then, Anna?
I said sage.
And she's saying it's not sage. The debate continues. Minty green, she just said. We've had 8 different responses to. I'm with the Seafoam, I think, on this.
All right.
V90955. Actually, you're agreeing you like to watch, and a lot of those being ordered. We'll give you a look at a few of the other pieces that we have in this show. For instance, we have a today only. Now, you're going to see a today only, and I think you'll see a this visit only later on. They're both expiring today. We have the gold tone black, a half dozen, the silver tone black, about 4 dozen. And that's all. That's a customer choice piece. We'll share some of the reviews on that one when we get there. B90094. Then, later on, bottom of the hour, 20 minutes or so, we are going to get to the lowest price ever on the Raven XP sports watch. It is priced at $91.36. We will get to that in about 20 minutes' time, so please stand by and watch for that one. B90096.
Now, that dial in the center, that is minty green. Okay, that's the mint.
I am not even going to start that discussion yet.
Here we go.
But no, actually for that one, that probably is. Yeah, that probably is a good description here. We're going to get out of the sport watches for just a moment and get into something very dressy. My favorite Stuhrlings that I own are my dressier timepieces. And I like this. And, you know, our producer Casey just said something interesting. He said, I'm digging this one. Casey's a guy who likes a bigger watch. I've never seen him wear a smaller timepiece. And so I can see why he would like this, because this is not your standard size tonneau. It's a little bit larger tonneau case. Your introductory price on this, and by the way, last day at the introductory price in the black or in the brown. So you're saving some additional money by ordering now at $150.23. First time on 3 interest-free value payments, so that means getting this tonight, $50.07 in either of these 2 styles. I'm with our producer. I really like this one, Larry.
Yeah, a great business timepiece right here, great dress timepiece. To go great with, you know, a suit in the office environment, work environment, go out to dinner kind of thing. Beautiful tonneau-shaped case, and then on the sides you have the extra piece that kind of juts out here. Beautiful dial work on this piece as well. But I mean, very simple, classy timepiece. You know, it was Leonardo da Vinci who said, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. And right here, it says it all right here. Look how simple this is, but yet so sophisticated. You see that, Shawn?
Aren't you worldly all of a sudden? Quoting Da Vinci? Oh, my word. I am impressed. He said that, did he?
But absolutely.
Okay.
But again, the simple sophistication right here. And this piece, I mean, absolutely just reeks of class and elegance. Great dressy timepiece right here.
Well, and this is what I will proudly put on. This is what I am ready to display and to wear. And I want you to see this on the wrist, because I think the size of this is very important. If you're accustomed to tonneau cases, business timepieces, you might be thinking it's more of a classically styled watch. It is a little bit of a larger piece, and you'll see that as I hold this against my wrist, because this runs almost the entire length of the wrist.
Absolutely.
Or the width of the wrist.
Look how striking the rose gold with the black. And
I love that.
Absolutely. And, you know, one of the things that I know you like, and you pointed this out to me, and I agree with you, is if you look at this has a day and date. Now, this particular piece is the Ronda, I believe it's the 917 quartz movement here. But it's got the day and date. Now, the day of the week is actually being obscured somewhat by the hour hand, because it's just after 12 o'clock on this timepiece here. But if you take a look here, the day wheel and the date wheel both are black with the white printing, which is different than you look at the other timepiece, which is this is the brown execution here, which has the white background, which most of the date wheels have the white background. But here, you have the black background to match the black dial. So it's really... it's just classy, everything about it. You've got the skeletonized hands, you've got the individually applied indices, you've got the sunray dial on the pattern, on the dial as well. You've got a nice curved Cristerna crystal. Even though it's a very simple, elegant timepiece, all of the Stuhrling details are certainly there as well. I mean, again, solid case, polished finish on the case, stainless steel case. Beautiful genuine leather strap, 22 millimeters wide. Now I'm wearing the rose gold with the brown, and this brown is just, I mean, look at the radiance on that dial.
Yeah, that brown dial, it's got almost a tiger eye quality to it, the way that the light bounces around and plays off of that brown dial, the black being maybe more subtle because you do have the reverse contrast, as Larry pointed out, in the day and the date display. I want to get some dimensions on this because the case diameter, and again, this is a tonneau, is about 43 in diameter. The width, though, about 45 wide. The length, when you go lug to lug on this, 52 millimeters long.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It's about 11 millimeters thick, so it's not the thickest piece ever, but it's not the thinnest piece ever. It falls in between, which is nice because you can wear this with a suit. I have to show you the back of this because, my gosh, one of the things I love about a dressy watch, if you're going to have gold layering, it's kind of nice when it's done everywhere because that way you can take this watch off, you can show it to people, and my word, if it doesn't look like you've got a solid 14-karat gold watch. This has the same gold layering on the back of the watch as I have in front of me right here. And so we'll get a shot of this so you can see the one that I have here. And you can see the actual case back of the watch. As Larry pointed out, this is on a Swiss quartz movement. If you are just adamant that you want the finest in accuracy as well, then obviously a Swiss quartz movement is going to be the way to go. Always going to be more accurate than an automatic, you know, unless you have a certified chronometer. This will always be more accurate. So there's all of your little bits of information. They're water resistant, nominal water resistance. It's not intended to be a dive watch, but you know, if it gets wet because there's a little rain shower or something outside, you don't have to worry about it. We have 3 value payments, but again, right now, the more important thing, this is the last day at the introductory price. This is the last day of the month. It certainly is. If you have a graduation coming up in May and you want to give a graduation gift that he is going to have, and my word, as he starts his career and he gets out into the business world, this already says success. It already says I've made it.
Again, absolutely. I mean, again, you wear this with a $300 suit. It makes it look like a $3,000 suit. It's a very dressy timepiece. You can feel the heft to it. By the way, you are getting a push-button dual deploying clasp on this piece as well. Another nice upgrade. The deploying clasps will sell anywhere from $30 to $50 online individually by themselves without the strap, just the clasp alone. So you've got a nice genuine leather strap here that's padded and tapered. You've got the push-button dual deploying clasp. You've got the solid 316L surgical grade stainless steel case. You've got the big custom cut domed, or I should say curved top side with the curved Cristerna crystal on this as well. You've got a Swiss Ronda quartz movement with day and date, and it is a big date, if I'm not mistaken here. No, it's a day of the week. It's a day-date. I'm sorry. Day-date.
There you can see the Stuhrling insignia on the crown as well. Beautifully rose gold layered piece on a black leather strap or on a brown leather strap, and that will correspond with the dial. I always used to think that you couldn't do rose gold layering and black together. I always thought it was better suited with the brown. Works great with black. Nothing wrong with this combination at all. It's a really executive-looking watch.
Yeah, we do a lot of rose gold black. To me, rose gold black is a very, very striking combination. It's same as yellow gold black for that matter. They're both very striking, but we probably do for the men more rose gold black than we do yellow gold black. Now, this is layered with 16-karat rose gold layering on top of the 316.
Beautiful.
We used to use the 14. This is the 16. A little bit warmer, not quite as red.
I like that. That is a real good executive.
From our Park Avenue series, this is the Waldorf, and it's a very dressy series in our collection.
Tell you what, we have a lot of exciting things still to get to. We are just getting warmed up, but it's only about 40 minutes left in the show because it's a 1-hour edition. You know, Mother's Day is not that far away as well. I want to take just 2 seconds of your time before we get to our next timepiece and remind you about the Mother's Day opportunities that we have on the website at ShopNBC.com. In fact, we have some special offers that run between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. Eastern Time. So right now, and just for the next few hours, you'll be able to check these out on the website. When you go to our website at ShopNBC.com and you click on Mother's Day Celebration, and there it is, you can check out these limited time offers. They're valid right now and for a couple hours, so you can check out, it looks like some of the great necklaces that we have there. Find something for mom, so along the way you get yourself a timepiece and maybe something tucked away for mom for Mother's Day. So go to the website, ShopNBC.com, and check out all of those deals. I was just wearing my version of this. I have a squared version. It's basically the same timepiece, however. the other day, went out to a nicer restaurant. You know, we live in a day and age where you don't have to wear a suit to a nice restaurant anymore. You can just have a nice shirt on and some, well, even jeans, my gosh. But you put a good timepiece on, and that sometimes is the finishing touch that you needed. I love this, and this is on a today only. Right. Now, already the clock is ticking on that. One day only value, midnight Eastern time. This goes back up to $250. Right now, $199.95. And also, the value pays will be going away. Right now, there are 5 of them. $39.99. We have a silver tone black and we have a gold tone black. My favorite is the silver tone black here. I don't know why. Just there's a
the stainless steel with the black. Now, everybody knows this piece from us by now. If you don't have one, you need to jump on the phone.
I agree.
We're not that deep here, guys. Everybody who knows me and knows this piece knows I own the silver tone with the silver dial with the blue hands. This is the silver tone with the black. Now, this is a great dress piece. You talk about those black and white dress occasions, tuxedo type dress occasions. This is an all-time signature piece for Stuhrling Original. We've never had it on one of these once-onlys or today-onlys. And here you now have the Stuhrling Original Emperor on a today-only under $200, or let's just call it 200 even. And you've got 5 value pays here. Everybody who does not own the Emperor needs to make sure you get yours now. Because, again, we're not that deep on these. If you want the gold tone black, I'd say you literally have to act within the next minute because there's less than a dozen on that.
Yeah, Larry's absolutely right.
But on the stainless steel black, which is the one on your screen right now, is extremely dressy. You have a black mother-of-pearl C-ring. This is a dual time zone, okay? So you can set that secondary time zone at 3 o'clock position to whatever you want. Now, I usually keep mine 6 hours ahead of New York just for fun when I go to these high hoity-toity parties. When I
do a lot of those, do you?
No, not a lot, but when you get this is a dressy piece. This is not an everyday piece. This is one of those pieces, guys, when you go to a special evening affair, or you go out to dinner with your friends, or you have it could be a New Year's Eve, it could be a special business function, whatever. When you get dressed up, this is not a jeans and tennis shoes piece. But when you need that go-to dress piece, this is inspired by a very high-end brand where you have. It's an homage to the old days where they had the crown and bow at the 12 o'clock position, okay? It's a 41 millimeter round. It's 13 millimeters thick. You've got an open heart at the 9 o'clock position. You see the balance wheel oscillating at 21,600 vibrations per minute, per hour, excuse me, okay? The beautiful vertical bridge with the 6 blued screws. Guys, this is extremely, extremely dressy, okay? You see the spade-style hands. You've got the individually applied hour markers on that mother-of-pearl C-ring right there. This is gorgeous, okay? I'd venture to say if you want, the gold tone black is going to sell out any second here because there's just so few of them left. But the silver tone black, the one that Shawn is wearing on his wrist right now, there's only about 5 dozen of those guys, and it's a today only, so it's not going to last too long. I hope you can get one for bring it home for $40.
I'll give you a quick glance at the gold because there are in fact, right now we only have 5 left, so that is about to sell out. And I will show you the back of the silver tone piece in just a second here. We'll give you a full tour of this, absolutely, but I want to start with the back of this so you can see the actual movement. It's on a mechanical automatic movement. You'll see the rotor and you will see the decoration that is done on the rotor and on the movement. This is fully decorated here. A stunning example of the art of watchmaking. We use that term, and this is just a definition of what we talk about. And there you can see the mechanical automatic movement. Predating the quartz movements of the late 60s, early 70s, mechanical automatic movements go back to the pocket watches. And in fact, this is really, if you wanted to go back in time, an homage to when guys were wearing pocket watches on their wrist. You know, a pocket watch is still to this day mainly designed with the crown up at the 12 o'clock position. And in fact, prior to World War I, guys didn't wear watches. When the soldiers came back after World War I and they started seeing that they were wearing watches, when guys said, okay, I guess we can wear timepieces, wear watches, because prior to that, it was a girl thing. The women are the ones that wore them. So this is really an homage to the original way that men wore watches. Now, this is a customer choice item, and I want to just take a second here and share with you just one of the experiences that someone has had from Brooklyn, New York. This watch has a multi-$1,000 look and feel to it. I just received it and absolutely love it. I have watches 10 times the price, and they do not compare. This is my second Stuhrling, but definitely not my last. 5 out of 5-star review right there. Thank you. I love the name, at 2824. Good name there for that reviewer from Brooklyn, New York. Boy, Larry, you know what? I can even feel some weight to this.
Oh, significant weight to it. You can feel the heft to the timepiece. When you get this piece home, you're going to be absolutely shocked that you picked it up at this price. Now,
you will.
Many of you out there may own an Emperor. This is not some piece that we're just trying to clear out of the warehouse, guys. This is an all-time signature timepiece, one of the best designs that we've ever done. We came out with the piece about 4 years ago in 2 executions. I remember that. Now we're all the way up to 6 different executions in this timepiece, and we're finally moving into some new designs coming out, hopefully by, let's say, end of summer, maybe early fall. That are going to be new designs in this case, other than this dual timepiece. Because the Emperor is an all-time signature piece right here, and this will be in our collection for years and years to come. It's so dressy, it's so classy.
It is.
Guys, listen, you know, it's my job to tell you, you know, what's up and what's hot. Do not miss this piece. If you've never ordered a Stuhrling before, okay, then maybe this is not necessarily a beginner kind of a piece, okay? This is not a piece for beginners. But if you want to, you know, take a chance and branch out and say, well, okay, and you want to start with one of our finest, hey, you're getting it at a beginner's price. So go ahead and do it. For all of you out there that know Stuhrling, if you don't own the Emperor, I know you've seen it, this is your chance to score it and pick it up at a really, really low price. So I just hope everybody can take advantage of this. It looks like we're picking up some steam on the phone lines now, Shawn.
Yeah, no surprise. And again, with the value, pay what it is, $39.99 to get this one home. I just wanted to clasp the dual deployment buckle on here to show you. I love that on a leather strap. It saves the wear and tear on your leather strap whenever you have a nice dual deployment clasp on it, because once you have that sealed in place there to whichever hole, and of course you can readjust it if you like, but it's not putting that pressure and that wear and tear on the leather strap that a normal buckle would, so you get a much longer life out of your leather strap. It's just so rich looking. I agree with everything Larry said about this. It's not one, guys, that I'm wearing on a weekend while I'm playing softball. It's a dressy watch.
And listen, if anybody's out there thinking, well, okay, it's gorgeous, I know the piece, but it's a 41 millimeter round. Well, first of all, you got to realize a couple of things about this. Number one, it's from our Old World Treasures collection, okay? Right. And the Old World Treasure, it's an homage to a timepiece from like almost 200 years ago when, as Shawn would say, they would strap pocket watches to the wrist. Back in those days, they didn't have 50 millimeter watches. So it fits into, at 41, it's right where it should be. But also, with the crown and the bridge, and the beautiful bow over the crown at the 12 o'clock position, it extends the size of the case to nearly 55, 60. I mean, because, again, you don't want that to be wrapping around on the bottom side of your wrist. When you add in the crown and the bow, it really is like a 50-plus millimeter size watch.
That is a good one. And again, it's the one silver tone only. Silvertone black was the combination there.
Don't
anyway,
miss it.
From the preview, biggest seller, it is our Winchester. We have that at $150 and on 5 payments. V90360. So take advantage of that one right now. I'll tell you, the variety is incredible with this line. From one of the most conservative, very executive timepieces to something that is so sporty that, as I said a moment ago, playing softball on a weekend, this is the watch that you might be wearing. This is the Milano Piazza, or if you're just going to be dressed up in a nice evening attire, meaning just kind of going out for a fun time, not necessarily black tie, you know, something almost European looking. This has a nice inspiration to it. On a Swiss quartz movement, introductory price. This is the last day offered at the introductory price. $141 and first payment $47. I want to measure this first thing here because, well, that blue is sharp. I'll show you what I just noticed in a second. The case diameter,
49.
52.
52 on the
diameter.
From 10 to 4, 52. Yeah. It's a big one. I know the round one plays at 49. That's why I said 49. Yeah. But 52 from 10 to 4. This is a very large piece. As Shawn said, it's a very sporty timepiece. And in this version, the Milano Piazza, we've got this nice electric blue PVD plating that you see on the lugs and on the hex nuts in the corners right there. And then you've got that big Mambo blue rubber strap right there as well. And by the way, these all have screw-down crowns as well, 100 meters water resistant.
Oh, I didn't even notice that, actually.
Yeah.
I want to there's a little surprise on this watch, and you don't see it right now. And it's one of those things that is subtle yet not so subtle. There's the blue dial. That's beautiful. You can see the texturing. You can see the luminescence. Let me just do this. I'm going to show you the side view. Look at that unbelievable treatment that is done to the side of the case.
Yeah, well, this is what we call a sandwich-style case. So it's done in 3 pieces, and it's got that Italian influence. And one of the things the Italians do, particularly with their jewelry, is the way that they finish their goods. They incorporate functionality into the design of their pieces. And that's, you can see that here with this timepiece, where you've got those hex nuts in the 4 corners that are actually holding the case together. You have a top side, a main case body, and a case back, and they're all being held together with those pillar posts in the 4 corners, but it's actually part of the design. But the main body of the case is actually plated on this blue version with that electric blue PVD. It's a processed blue, okay? And as you can see, it's very electric, and it just really does pop. I mean, this is very sporty timepiece. I'm going to grab one here, and I'm going to put it on. But
we have 3 choices. There's a blue, there's a black, there's a brown. The black has the same sort of treatment done on the sides. The brown is done in almost a reverse, where you have the case done in silver tone. Well, here, I'll just show you, because the case is going to be done in silver tone, but then your bezel and the back of the watch will be done with the plating. So that's kind of the opposite of what I just showed you on the blue piece, whereas the black would be done in the same manner as the blue. This is heavy, too. This is one I should probably drop on the scale, actually, because it's surprising for a watch on a rubber strap that you're actually going to get some weight and some heft to it, but that's happening here.
And it's also a Swiss quartz movement as well. So you have a Swiss quartz movement, you have the Cristerna crystal. On the brown one, it's a brown PVD, and it gives you kind of a bronze effect. It looks like a bronze tone, okay? Here's the all black. You have the black dial, the black PVD, the black rubber strap, and I'm wearing it here with my black shirt. But very sporty look, and you know what? I was, you know, maybe a little bit gun shy for these 50mm cases, but you know what? It looks great, and I'm into it now, and I
I'm
really
with you.
like it.
Yeah, I was one of those too. I was kind of late to the party with these larger watches, and now, and I still don't embrace every one that I see, but more often than not, I'm inclined to like them. Larry has the best outfit for this, and again, for those casual times when you've got just a nice black shirt on and you want something that is going to be very appropriate, larger timepiece certainly, then this is the one to get. Now, we have a bit of a horse race here between the 3. It is neck and neck, black, blue, brown. Any could be the first to go, and I guess blue has taken a slight lead at this point. You know, I'm going to do some more measurements here, because I'm just curious, and actually the clock's going in, the thickness on this. This is 15mm thick. This is getting into a bit of a thicker timepiece, and that's going to be because of the sandwich style case. So you have separate pieces. The back piece here, in fact, I'll show you on mine. You can actually see where the screws are on the back because they're done in blue. So in the 4 corners here, you will see these very subtle ends to the screws. That, and you can follow it right through, goes through that pillar, all the way around, and the pillar itself is done in silver tones. You have a contrast there to the front of the watch, where the top of that hex screw is right there.
And I just want to point out, you know, you see watches like this sometimes, and you think, okay, well, you know, this is some kind of a inexpensively made watch or something like that with a bunch of color. Not true. This has all the Stuhrling original quality to the make that you would expect. Try and pull the crown out. You can't.
Well, yeah, I know. I just did that a second ago off air here.
You can't pull it out. It's got a screw-down crown. You wouldn't expect maybe on a sport watch like this, maybe that looks like kind of a fun casual watch, to be able to just, you know, you have to screw out the crown. It's a screw-down crown, which goes to the make of the watch. I'm not saying use it as a diver's watch. I'm not even suggesting that. I'm just saying it goes to the make of the watch. You're getting a beautifully made timepiece here, you know, with all the Stuhrling original touches. You've got the nice PVD coating on there. You've got the nice decorated case back. Even on the brown and the black, you have the black PVD buckle and the bronze tone buckle as well.
It is nice.
So, you know, you've got all the touches here for a nice make as well.
That is V90689. The black, only about a dozen remaining. Now, in about 5 minutes, we have got something brand new on a This Visit Only. I'm dying to get to this. This is the Gaston Master Calendar, a This Visit Only price of $206.90. There's a black and a rose tone and a silver tone. Actually, a producer just brought up a very good point. This Visit Only basically equals a Today Only. It's a one-day only Stuhrling visit. So if you like that watch, you have Today Only, and that is it. I am so anxious for you to see that watch in person. $206.90 in 5 payments. It is really an exciting one. Probably my favorite in the show. V90917. So we will get to that in a little bit. Tell you what, we are going to share with you one of the most popular styles I can show you. From the preview, biggest selling watch, no surprise, it is the Winchester. It is that skeletonized automatic, and it has been months, about 3 months actually, since we saw this on the network. It is just now back in gold tone, rose tone, and silver tone, so the good news is they're all available. Here's some better news. For this one-day visit, 5 payments, so $30. Yeah. $30 can get home any one of these. Larry, that is... You know, some guys cringe when I call a watch beautiful, but I'm sorry. I'm going to call this a beautiful timepiece.
Yeah, it is. And the Winchester is well known by a lot of the people out there who own them and have them. And there's a lot of, you know, we're very big on doing skeletonized watches. And this is our very reliable ST90089 movement that many of you have and know. But when you want a skeletonized timepiece, okay, one of the things about it is you want to be able to show off the inner workings of the watch. And we do a lot of skeletonized timepieces. However, this is, well, I don't know, I don't want to be, maybe there's another one that I'm forgetting, but I think this is the only one or one of the only ones that has literally no dial to it whatsoever, okay?
Good point.
It's just the movement. So what's holding in the movement in place, okay, has been sculpted in such a way to actually act as the hour markers for the watch itself. So the point I'm making is, with most skeletonized timepieces, yes, you have a skeletonized movement, and it's this movement here, the ST90089, but you have a dial, and the dial is cut away to reveal the movement. In this case, there is no dial whatsoever, okay? So you can't possibly see any more of the inner workings and movement than you can with the Winchester, okay? If that's what you want, and everybody should have a skeleton, at least one skeletonized watch in their collection. I know many out there collect skeletonized watches. Then this one is as skeletonized as it gets, guys. It's just laid out right there for all to see. And we'll talk a little bit more about the skeleton movement as well.
Oh, we certainly will. And boy, did Larry bring up a good point, because many times we will have a watch, and here's the case back, total exhibition, front and back. You can see all the way through this. Many times we'll have a skeletonized watch that still has some form of a dial. There's something left there. There's none of that here. Your watch dial, quote unquote, is the movement, the visible movement from the front, and there it is again from the back. The rotor has been carved out so you can see through the rotor and see the workings of your watch. All of those gears, all of those screws, all of those components. These are the parts that work together to make your watch work. I started a new project a couple days ago at home. I'm starting to, in fact, the first thing is up on my MySpace page already. I wanted to get into some of the lore, the folklore, the history of watches. That's not even the right way to explain it. Kind of defining how some things work. When we talk about a mechanical watch and how it works, I wanted to print out exactly how these things work. And so I've started this at home. And it was dawning on me as I'm writing this, there's a lot of things that are better shown as opposed to being verbalized, if that makes any sense. You know, you need pictures, you need graphs to kind of show how a mechanical watch works. This is what I'm looking for, because I can now visually show you, and you'll be able to visually show your friends, the art of watchmaking, how these timepieces work. Brian, if you can get a shot of the gold tone piece in front of me, I want to show everybody something, because one of the things, one of the terms, we have 2 minutes, it's not enough time, you know, we talk about is how is a mechanical watch powered? Powered by the mainspring. Okay, what is a mainspring? If I had to verbally tell you what a mainspring is, you know, I'd say, well, picture a coil, picture a long piece of metal, and I can't remember how long they are when they're stretched out, but they're very long, and, you know, and that's going to, you know, it gets hard to explain.
Well, that's right, but a picture's worth 1,000 words.
There's your picture.
There it is. Now, you can see the mainspring right there. This actually has some space between the bands, and of course, that's one of the beauties of owning a skeletonized watch, is you can actually see, now Shawn is actually winding the watch as we're speaking here, folks, and as he's winding it, you'll see the space between the bands get tighter and tighter. He could actually wind it all the way, and it's going to tighten up and be one solid block. But as the coil unwinds, okay, it's actually releasing power into the watch, and that's what powers your watch, is the main spring. There's no battery in this watch. It's just, stop and think about what's taking place here, guys, without any power source. No battery whatsoever, no computer chip or anything like that, just little pieces of metal that have been configured in such a way to keep near perfect time. There's your balance wheel down there at the bottom of the screen there by the 9 o'clock position. That's oscillating at 21,600 vibrations per hour, and that's regulating the time to keep near perfect time. You can see the pallet fork kind of bobbing up and down at the bottom down there, okay? That is what's releasing power on the regulator wheel right there that's regulating the release of the power into the drivetrain to power the watch, okay? And here you have a nice skeletonized hour and minute hand. You can see the smooth sweep of the second hand as it's starting to come into your picture just about right now. Okay, and I know
it's funny because what Larry just said verbally was everything that I was trying to put into words, and as I was typing it, I'm thinking, I couldn't picture this. If I was reading this, I couldn't picture in my head what I'm writing. So now you just saw it in action.
And you know, here's the thing about skeletonized watches like this, guys. Okay, we do a lot of them, but when you wear a skeletonized watch, it's all about paying tribute and showing your love and affection for watchmaking the way it used to be in the old days. Before battery-operated watches were invented by the Japanese in the early 1970s. Back in the old days, there were no such thing as, you know, battery-operated watches. If all you want to do is just keep, you know, give me a perfect time watch, well, then you buy a quartz watch and, you know, for 10 bucks at the gas station.
That's true.
And it'll keep perfect time, okay? But here, you're showing your love of watchmaking, and a lot of mechanical watches out there, you know, are great to have for that reason, but you can't see the movement because they're covered up by the dial. Here, with a skeletonized, you're laying it out there. You're saying, look at this, I love watchmaking, and it's a conversation piece.
Oh, it absolutely is, and you're still calling on it, and that's fine. Even though we move on, you're welcome to write that item number down and continue to call in. But actually, part of the conversation we were just having ties in here, because here's another automatic watch. Don't think, though, because we've shown you a couple automatics that were very dressy. We had the one from a moment ago. We had the Emperor. We've had some very dressy automatics.
Listen.
This is in a league all of its own.
It really is.
$206.90, by the way, your this visit only price, which equates to a today only price.
Right. We have the silver tone, rose tone, and black. The executions are pretty self-explanatory here. Here's your rose tone on the screen right there with the rose gold. But this is...
Oh, this is a good one.
This is brand new. It's the Gaston.
Gaston.
The Gaston.
Okay.
Gaston was like kind of like the ultimate alpha male character from the great film and play Gigi. But
okay, that's where that's
from. We can get into that a little bit here. But the thing is this, guys, okay? Now, this is a square case watch. It looks like $1 billion on your wrist, okay? I'm going to slap it on my wrist.
Yes, it does.
It's unbelievable. It's gorgeous.
I'm going to tilt this up.
It's a 41.5 by 41.5 millimeter case. I think it's 47 millimeters from 10 to 4, so it plays pretty large. It's actually just a slight bit larger than our Manchester Aussie. Many of you know that piece. Okay, that's 41 by 41. This is 41.5 by 41.5. It's also 14.5 millimeters thick, so it plays, you know, it's pretty hefty, okay? But here's the thing now. This is, you got to look at the movement on this piece. We were just talking about mechanical automatic watches and mechanisms and so forth. There's no battery in this watch, and you're getting a grand calendar. Now, what is a grand calendar, you say? Well, a lot of watches, as you know, have 3 hands and a date.
Yes.
Some of them will go another step and give you a day and a date, okay?
Right.
When you have a day, a date, and a month, you think that's a grand calendar? No, that's a master calendar because it's the day, date, and month. But how about a day, a date, a month, and the year?
Yes.
That's a grand calendar. And remember,
absolutely.
There's no computer chip. There is no battery in this watch. It is operating off of a single spring. Now, stop and think about that. And by the way, the date is being shown by a pointer date hand that is a retrograde pointer date hand, front and center. Stop and consider all that's happening in this watch, in this movement. And for $206 is unbelievable. This is a brand new timepiece. It's never been seen before. I hope all you Stuhrling fanatics out there, you Stuhrling collectors, you're tuning in tonight. This is the piece that you're here for.
Yep,
this is why you're watching the show right now. It's the brand new Gaston. Yes, the Emperor is an absolute throwaway at a once only or a today only, whatever. But here, brand new Gaston, never before seen, and we're doing it as a this visit only at this really stupid price. I mean, you can't go wrong. Now, again, stop and consider this, Sean.
Yes.
Okay? you realize when the second hand makes a full revolution, okay, of 60 seconds, okay, then the minute hand has to move over by 1 minute.
It certainly does.
And when the minute hand goes around 60 minutes, the hour hand has to go from 12 to 1.
Absolutely right.
When the hour hand goes around 24 hours, the date hand has to go to the next day.
Yeah.
The day of the week subdial down there at the, let's say, 7 o'clock position has to go over 1 day.
Yep.
Okay. Your month has to move over a month at the end of 31 days.
Yes,
so
it does.
You start thinking about all the ratios and all the inner workings that have to work together off of a single mainspring. This is easily a $500 mechanical automatic timepiece.
Yes.
Okay. So here we're even at ShopNBC to have it for $200 is phenomenal. Now let's take a look at the design functions of this timepiece right here. You see the dial, what's remaining of the dial, okay? I'm excited. Shawn, you got me crazy now.
Go on, you're on a roll. Don't stop.
I know, you're saying it's a short drive, Larry. But anyway, listen, he's driving me crazy. He says it's a short drive. I'm already there. I get it, all right? Now look, I'm reading his mind. You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead,
check it out. You take a look at the dial on this timepiece, guys, okay? It's cut away and skeletonized, and what you're seeing there is the top plate of the movement, but the top plate of the movement has been sandblasted. There's actually an acrylic dial, an acrylic dial plate, okay, over the movement. The movement has been sandblasted. What is remaining of the dial in the corners has been treated with a Côte de Genève decoration, okay? And then you have this skeletonized kind of filigree work template that's laying on top with the retrograde date hand. It is phenomenal. You will own this watch for a week, and you will keep finding new things to discover about this timepiece. Look at the beautiful beveled bezel that goes all the way around, you know, on the 4 sides, Shawn. It's polished, it's gorgeous. Now take a look at the sides. Now, the interesting thing, too, take a look at the bottom down there. That's a pusher. You see that black rectangular pusher right there?
down there.
Okay. That one is actually controlling the date wheel at the 4 o'clock position or 5 o'clock position. So it's got a pusher that you use with your finger. You can actually, very easy to set the, actually that's the month wheel, excuse me.
Yes.
That's the month wheel down there. So if Shawn pushes it, you'll actually come in tight there at the 5 o'clock position. You'll see the months of the year change as he's setting it. That's very easy to set. It has recessed pushers, and you will get, of course, the Stuhrling original tool right here that's going to be able to, you'll be able to use this, okay, to set your day of the week, your retrograde date hand, and you see right now it's at 30. It's about ready to snap back to 1. And you also have a hidden pusher underneath at the 6 o'clock position where the strap is to be able to change the year. You don't, you don't have to get to that too often to change the year.
No.
You know. But anyway, guys, it's a phenomenal, and we're getting a lot of action on the phone right now. Thank you all. You're going to love this timepiece. It's our new Gaston, and now I get to try one on.
Well, we have a minute left. Boy, and again, you know, we were all, the control room was just teasing unmercifully, saying, Shawn, having fun? You know, because Larry
you got Larry started.
It's exactly, and you know, I think Larry kind of likes this watch.
Oh, I love it.
I'm passionate about this as well. I'll tell you this: one thing, it's on a great rubber strap. Nothing against the rubber strap.
Oh, come on.
Boy, you swap out and put an alligator strap or something on this, and my word, have you just dressed this up to a whole new level? I'm really biased towards this rose tone piece. I'm crazy about this rose tone version.
Look how it looks on you. It plays like you know, thousands of dollars. I mean, this is.
Oh, I want this in the worst way. Larry has on the silver tone, actually, which is the most limited by about half the quantity in silver tone that we have in the next closest, which is the black version. So, sandwich style case, exhibition case back on the rose tone. Actually, have a black plated rotor on all of these, I believe. I don't think I showed you the case back, and now we're out of time. So there you go.
And the all black the accents are green on that one. So it's got the green accents.
I didn't notice
on the
that.
Yeah, the green accents on the black is pretty cool. But no matter which color you get, guys, don't miss this piece. It's brand new, the Gaston, the rubber strap. I mean, I love this piece. This has been in development. It's been in the works for a long time. We finally got it here to ShopNBC. And here we're doing it. We're debuting it as a this visit only. I hope everyone takes it.
We have very important people, VIPs, picking up on this watch, on the Tuskegee Flyer Automatic, $99.75. So if you would like to pick up on that and join Todd and many others who have purchased that tonight, the Tuskegee Flyer, grab that one right now. We continue. By the way, I said this was a 1-hour show, and indeed it is. Allison is already standing by, getting ready for her block of gemstone shows. She'll be coming up next hour. She was in the building before I was. I'm kind of embarrassed by that. She was already here, sitting in the office, working hard, getting prepared for her gemstone event, going over 3 hours of gemstone clearance. You'll want to check that. I'm sorry, I just looked at my monitor here and saw what's on the screen. Oh my gosh, let's talk about this for a second here. I love that black and red.
Yeah, it's pretty
This
hot.
is the excursion chronograph, and we do have that we're just calling a black. Has the red accents. There's also then the silver tone, which is a little cleaner, brighter look perhaps. $156.50. Only presentation this visit on this watch, and there are 3 payments, and I'm already being told we only have a couple minutes to chat about this one because I think this is one I could talk about a long time. I got to steal this black.
Yeah, Citizen
away.
Miota
Oh
movement
my
on this.
gosh.
Citizen Miota movement. Yeah, the black with the, look at that dome crystal. You got the red indices as well.
Oh my
It's pretty,
word.
I don't know, I don't want to say evil, but it's pretty...
I like that. Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
got an attitude.
That one is pretty...
Got an attitude.
I don't even want to say stealthy, but it's
not,
it's
yeah.
something else. It's pretty devilish, I guess. You know, it's
I
black and
like
red.
it.
But here it is. You know, you're able to get it with the value pays here. But this one has the Citizen Miota OS21, so you have the seconds, the small seconds on it as well. It's got the 24-hour indicator. But this is a large timepiece, Shawn. This is about a... we'd have to measure it, but I think
I'm going to have to check this
it's about
one.
a 49, 50 millimeter case size here. But you see it's got the bridge with the locking cover. When you push the cover down to lock the bridge, to lock the crown down, it actually will push the crown in. So it's very well functioning. But look at how well the pushers are actually hidden pushers. The way that they're actually integrated into the crown protector.
This is just
Yeah,
wild.
the design functionality of this is pretty hot.
Look at this.
I'm going to grab this one here.
This is the polar opposite of those executive pieces we showed you earlier. This is not a businessman's with a suit watch. This one in particular here, this black and red. I like Larry's evil description. It is almost an evil sort of timepiece. I mean that in a good way. The case diameter, 52 actually. I'm including a pusher here. It's about 52 millimeters in diameter, so it's a large one.
The strap is a 26, so it's a pretty big strap. Here it is on the wrist.
I like this.
Yeah, it's a big one, okay? But great everyday sport timepiece here. 26 millimeter genuine leather strap with the contrast stitching, dome Cristerna crystal, solid Citizen Miota movement here. So you know you're not going to have any issues or trouble with that whatsoever. Very, steady time movement here.
We have time for one more watch. And as always, everything's good in this show. We have another brand new price on this next one. This is the Raven XP Sports Watch.
Right.
And it is 109. Well, no, it is not a 190. It is clearance price. This was just cut. My card still reflects the old price of 190.
Right.
This is $91.36 and on 4 value payments, so $22.84. You know, I forgot about something on this watch till it was just placed in front of me. I forgot about the strap on this. I love this.
Yeah, it's
great idea for a strap.
It's got a nylon strap. Now, that's a great everyday timepiece. Now, a lot of you out there might have picked up on our Raven Diablo, which was the second in the series. This was the initial in the series, the Raven XP. The Raven Diablo was a mechanical automatic with the carbon fiber skeletonized and all that. It was a little bit fancier, okay? But this is the original with the Swiss quartz movement, so it's very multifunctional. I mean, you can use this for every day, but here we're doing it on a clearance. Now, I think we have less than 300 pieces we're clearing out on this, so take advantage of this at $91. You can actually bring this home for 22 bucks. It is it's the same exact case, guys. It has the curved case back, so it fits very nicely to the wrist. Now, if you want the one that has the luminous dial, okay, they're calling that one the green, okay?
But that's luminescent.
It's a luminescent dial.
Okay.
It's what I call a minty green lume, okay? But there it is. If you want that all luminous dial, excuse me, guys, you order the green, okay? If you want the, the orange and black, okay, you'll have to order, it's like black with the orange accents, you order it as orange. And if you want the silver and black, they're calling that one the silver tone, right?
Yes, right
Okay.
you are. Very straightforward here.
Here you can bring it home for $22, and it is a $22.84 on a value pay, but it's a great everyday timepiece that you could just slap on the wrist. It's got the Velcro fastener. If you want to swap it out for a rubber strap or something like that on your own or do something else with it,
I
that's
like
fine.
this.
But to me, I like this too as far as like, hey, you want to just go to the park, you want to go into the store, you just slap it on, and you know, with the Velcro, and it's great, and it's a great everyday timepiece.
Yeah, it's so easy, it's so
Swiss quartz
straightforward.
movement.
Larry's
if you
right.
like the Raven Diablo and you like the feel and the fit and finish of the case, here it is now with a Swiss quartz movement, not the automatic.
You know, and this is one of those pieces where if you're outside, you're taking the dog for a walk, and, you know, we've had some on and off rainy days here, and so you might get caught out in a shower. Who cares? This can handle it. It's one of those watches you don't have to immediately get off your wrist and kind of hide. It's a great sporty timepiece.
You just slap it on.
Yeah.
But look at this, guys.
So easy to put on,
Here's your
so
black
easy
and
to
orange.
adjust.
This would be my choice, probably, the black and orange, because I love black and orange, but here.
That, you know what, that's a combination I never used to care for, and it's growing on me
Look at
so
this.
much.
I mean,
It's
look at that,
really
guys.
growing on me. The luminescent, the one we're calling green, is obviously the most popular. I say obviously just because usually that is one of the biggest sellers. The case diameter is 46, the width is about 45, and the length is about 52. Thickness about 10 millimeters thick,
And
so
it's
again,
got
just
a
an easy
curved
one to
case
wear.
back, guys. Don't forget that, okay? So it fits very comfortably. It kind of brings it down into your wrist like a low profile, okay? You've got the Cristerna crystal. If you didn't get the Raven Diablo, then you're not familiar with how it fits. But if you got the Raven Diablo on that R-top value, then you know how the fit is, and it's the same exact fit.
This is still leather.
Yeah, it's leather, but it's got
On the
a
inside,
on the
yeah,
but
what
it's got a
touches your
nylon-
wrist,
It's got
right.
a nylon twill covering. It's a nylon twill with a Velcro fastener, okay?
Right, but what's touching your wrist is still leather, so it's nothing rough or irritating. Great sport timepiece, a great everyday watch. When you need something casual, this is the one you're going to go to, and we have just destroyed this price. A $100 bill basically has come off of this price, and then when you utilize value payments, that's less than $1 a day cash equivalent at $22.84 today to pick up on one of these in the green, which is luminescent. Now, the other choices are the black or the silver tone or the orange. Larry had it right, so I don't want to confuse anybody. Silver tone, orange is the one that's on Larry's wrist. It's the accents there on those two. Yeah, 1 hour just does fly by. We'll give you a quick recap of some of the pieces that we shared with you that have been very, very popular. Now, I see we have an update on the Emperor, one choice only. It's the black and silver tone only, and there's just a couple dozen remaining.
Less than
That
3
is
dozen, guys.
Yeah, that is it.
Don't miss that piece. Get that black and
Please.
silver tone at that price. It's an all-timer.
Here's the hit of the hour, and it shouldn't surprise any of us that the Winchester's the biggest selling watch. We have we have 5 value payments here. So $30 gets at home. Silver tone, rose tone, gold tone. The silver tone is the most limited right now. There's not a bad one in the bunch. They're all winners. You will
The
find
silver
one
tone
that
with
you
the
like
blue
there.
hands. Those blue hands really stick
I like that.
out.
I like that. And brand new, and this visit only, valid today only, basically, since it's a one-day visit, the Gaston Master Calendar at $206.90.
Oh.
I know, I feel like my 4 years of high school French finally paid off. I understand that you have a show I actually can still stay up and watch later on tonight.
You won't even be in bed yet.
I'll be up. Are you kidding?
I know.
6 Eastern, right?
You're a late night guy. Yeah, it's 6 Eastern in the morning. That's correct.
Okay. I will be watching. I hope you will be as well.
Thank you, everybody.
Allison's coming up next. She has gemstone clearance. You're going to want to check that out. 3 hours of gemstone clearance. So I hope you will stand by because that's going to be a very good show, and it's underway in just 2 minutes' time. Please come back.